Imagine arriving in Baltimore in 1840. The streets are crowded. Horse-drawn wagons rattle across the cobblestones. Ships crowd the harbor. Merchants hurry between warehouses. Travelers check into hotels. Business is booming. Everything feels normal. And that's exactly what made this place so dangerous. Whitman's Eagle Hotel stood just ahead on West Pratt Street, between Charles and Light Streets. Only a short walk from the harbor. At first glance, it looked like any successful hotel. Travelers stayed here. Meals were served here. Deals were negotiated here. But behind closed doors, another business was thriving. The buying and selling of African American men, women, and children. One of the slave traders operating from this location was James Franklin Purvis. Purvis wasn't simply a local trader. He was connected to Franklin and Armfield, the largest domestic slave trading company in the United States. His newspaper advertisements were direct. Cash for Negroes. Those seeking to sell enslaved men, women, and children were instructed to meet him here at Whitman's Eagle Hotel, not hidden in an alley, not outside the city, here in one of Baltimore's busiest commercial districts. Whitman's Eagle Hotel was never meant to work alone. It was one address inside a much larger system. Nearby stood offices, auction rooms, slave jails, railroad depots, and shipping wharves. Purvis also maintained offices on South Calvert Street. People purchased here were confined elsewhere, and then transported through Baltimore's harbor and railroads toward markets in New Orleans and across the Deep South. Around this neighborhood operated Joseph S. Donovan, Hope H. Slater, Bernard M. Campbell, Jonathan Means Wilson, Austin Woolfolk, and others. Different businesses, one interconnected economy. The streets around you became the infrastructure and the epicenter of the domestic slave trade in America. Perhaps the most unsettling part of this story is not what happened. It's where it happened, not in secret, not underground, but in the open, beside hotels, beside restaurants, beside railroad stations, beside the harbor. Ordinary places where extraordinary injustice became ordinary business. Today, nothing recognizable remains of Whitman's Eagle Hotel. Visitors walk these streets without realizing what once stood here. But history is not only preserved in buildings. Sometimes it survives through memory. And by speaking these stories where they happened, we restore something the city once tried to forget. History happened here. Now, let's continue walking through it.